Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to this signing event as not only one of our student athletes, but both of them sign with Division I schools, as Briar makes his public commitment to go to West Point and play football at Army, and Kohlton makes his Division I commitment to play at Valparaiso. And going back to the student athletes, one of the most impressive things I think about both these guys is they carry over 4.0 GPAs. You know, they're role models on the football field, they are role models in the classroom. They set a great example. One of the unique things about these guys is my wife and I were cutting up a quick highlight film because we thought instead of talking about some of the great things they've accomplished over the last 3 years, it would be best just to show some of these things. And we were amazed. We had a difficult time cutting these things down to 8 or 9 minutes because these guys over 3 years have made a tremendous amount of plays. And it's unique because they share so much, being such big playmakers, but they're so different in the big plays they make. When you think about Briar was always about controlling the line of scrimmage. On defense, it was easy to prepare. If Hemlock had the Napick back, the big back, we didn't have to worry about compensating low in the box because we got a bigger linebacker. If Bertrand had Leo Dorr or Darrell Washington from Lakeville or Ben Van Sumeren from Essexville Garber, it was easy to prepare because we always knew we could play man-to-man with Kohlton on that. A couple other highlights of their career that I think would exemplify the players they were. With Briar, I met with Bruce Martin, our superintendent, one day after the game, and he had said exactly what we had seen. He said the superintendent from Hemlock was disappointed. He thought they were so much bigger. He thought they'd have a chance, and he said, you know what? We just could not block 29. And we got this huddle sideline, and we watched the plays, and we watched the plays after and go, man, no one's out of position. Coach Clark from Hemlock would run a good play, and literally the entire game, Briar would get off his block and make the play. So we're running back going, who's supposed to make that play? That's a good design for us. And so I think they credit a lot of that to him in that game. He makes people like me and Coach Beers look very good calling offense and defense just because he'll just take over. When I think of some of the games that defines some of Kohlton's career, it's ironic that I think he made a lot of huge plays. But I think the biggest plays he ever made was in his first career varsity game and his last career varsity game. If you flash back to his sophomore year, we were in Vassar right before half. I think we were up 6 or 7. And Coach Kiss called a timeout. And they were on a 5-yard line ready to score. So they were about going to tie it up going to halftime. You know, that's when they were loaded. They had, Humpert and Lamont Morrison and Fabro and Shepard. And they were in a trip set. He calls timeout, and the kid leaks out to the flats. And I think Kohlton picked it. It was probably 99 yards for a touchdown. So instead of going in tied up, potentially, we went in 2 scores. One of the biggest plays sophomore. He had 2 picks in that game, and you'll see him in a second here. And then flash forward to the last game in his career, and everybody knows, he literally kept us alive, put us on his shoulders, and returned 2 long touchdowns versus Traverse City St. Francis. I think the statistics, Coach Daly put together some statistics that are just incredible. Briar has a GPA of 4.069. He had 1,122 rushing yards, 6 touchdowns, 10 receptions, 4 of which were for touchdowns, especially on our double passes. He had 189 tackles, 38 tackles for a loss, 7 sacks, and 4 interceptions. You go back to playing inside linebacker, when you have 38 tackles for a loss, that means you have a knack for the ball. Kohlton carries a GPA of 4.086. He has almost 2,000 yards from scrimmage. He scored 236 points. He has 10 rushing touchdowns, 20 receiving touchdowns, 64 tackles, 10 interceptions, 2 of which were returned for a touchdown, and 4 kickoff returns for touchdowns, and 1 punt return for a touchdown. So these guys have not only exemplified being a student athlete in the classroom, but they have been a cornerstone of our program for the last 3 years. Like I said, Briar has been able to control the line of scrimmage, and Kohlton, as you'll see from the film, if we get the ball in the 5, he has a chance to go the distance realistically. If we had the ball in the 50, he could go the whole way. So we're very, very proud of them. We do have some short highlights. We'll show some highlights to show Briar's career. They're about 8 minutes long. And then there's some to show Kohlton's career. And then their fathers would like to say a few words because they played the dual role of being a dad and a coach. And then we'll have an opportunity for anyone that would like to take photographs afterwards.